So thank you, Louise, for having me on your webinar today, and thank you for taking the time to pre-record this with me as well. I'm sorry that we're a little bit ahead time-wise in Scotland, but let me tell you about the glorious playground of Gleneagles. So we call Gleneagles the glorious playground because it has 850 acres of land in the heart of Scotland. Beautiful Scottish country estate, right in the middle of Scotland. And when the restrictions allow, travel will be very easy, as it was pre-COVID, to get to Gleneagles. So you land into Glasgow or Edinburgh airports, and we're just 1 hour from either airport. And Gleneagles, well, Scotland itself is such a tiny, tiny country. You know, it's very easy to get around. It's not like North America. It's very easy to get around. It's tiny. So when you're located at Gleneagles, you're right in the middle of the countryside. So you're just 1 hour to city, 1 hour to either coast, and 1 hour to the Highlands. So it really is a great place for basing yourself and exploring all that Scotland has to offer. We also have our own train station at Gleneagles. So if you are perhaps traveling to us from London, you can fly from London, or you can take the direct train every day from London King's Cross station all the way to Gleneagles. And that takes 5.5 hours door to door. So the country pursuits at Gleneagles. It's all about embracing all that Scotland has to offer and enjoying the great outdoors, whether it's skeet shooting, falconry, gun dog school where you learn to control the dogs as if they were working in a field, equestrian, and we have 32 horses and ponies at our equestrian centre, 4x4 driving where you go out onto the mountains and you drive through the rivers and up hills, or perhaps fishing, and we have trout fishing on our estate, and also nearby we have access to salmon bait, so if you can go and catch salmon as well. And if you catch anything, you can bring it back to the hotel and we can cook it for your supper in the evening. We also have some water sports as well, which is a relatively new thing we've introduced, whether it's canoeing, and we also have paddle boarding, and we've also had lots of wild water swimming this year as well. We have archery and tennis. We have 4 indoor and 5 outdoor tennis courts. And we also have these lovely, you'll see in the top corner, these Pashley bikes. And these are old-fashioned vintage bikes that you can pick up around the estate and just take it for a nice cycle around the grounds. Or perhaps you might like to go for a nice walk or a jogging trail. There's really something for everyone to do. Golf. We're rather famous for golf at Gleneagles. We hosted the 2014 Ryder Cup, and that was actually this time 6 years ago. We also hosted the Solheim Cup in 2019. That was all in the PGA course. And then we have the King's and the Queen's courses as well. We also have a little 9-hole academy course, and we have a teaching facility where you can be hitting golf balls all day. Families. We do families very well at Gleneagles, and we say whatever an adult can do, a child can do too. Apart from whiskey and guns, we don't let them have that, but they can have everything else. So whether it's the gun dogs, maybe even driving their own baby Land Rover, owning a pony for the day, playing croquet, lawn games, zip wiring, tree climbing, or even taking Henry, our hotel dog, out for a walk. Then we have an area called Little Glen and the Den, and this is a super facility for children. The Little Glen, which you see in the top corner, is a supervised indoor play facility for children aged 2 through to 9 years old. And guests get 2 hours complimentary childcare every day whilst a resident with us for children aged 2 to 9. And in Little Glen, they learn about creative play, arts and crafts, and they have a little adventure time when they're with us. And then in the bottom of the screen, you will see the Den. And the Den is for older children, 9 years and up, who maybe don't need to be supervised, and they can go in there to play games, watch movies and just hang out and have some fun. Wellness, I suppose now more than ever, wellness is so important, and we have a great wellness offering at Gleneagles. We have our lovely leisure club, which you can see on the bottom here, with our swimming pool, hydro pool, and an outdoor alpine onsen. And also in the leisure centre, we have an adults only pool as well, with a lovely sauna and steam room there. And then on the top of the screen, you will see our spa. In our spa, we have 20 treatment rooms and 2 thermal heat suites, and we use spa products in there. We also have a great fitness studio where we do Pilates, yoga, and we're also doing a lot of these classes outside whilst weather permits. So it's a great way to connect with nature and be outside. And in our gym, we have latest equipment, and we also have Peloton bikes. So if you're addicted to your Peloton bike and you're using it at home, you can still use it whilst you're on vacation. Eating and drinking we're very good at in Scotland, and we have 10 bars and restaurants on our estate. So a whole selection of different dining experiences and drinking options. So on the top left-hand corner, you can see the American bar. And this is our 1920s Art Deco American bar, so glamorous and elegant, and it really does feel like you're transported back to the 1920s. And in there we ask that the dress code is elegant. On the bottom left, you will see the Century Bar, and this is our main bar. It's really the heart of the hotel. We're open in the morning from morning coffee all the way through to a nightcap before bed. And in there we have over 150 pouring whiskies. So plenty of opportunity to try something in there. And then on the bottom right, you will see Ochterarder 70. And Ochterarder 70 is our craft beer pub. It's, if you could imagine what a pub was like in Scotland, this would be Ochterarder 70. We have live music in there at the weekends. There's always some sport on the TV, and you look out over the golf courses. It's really quite a special setting. This is our Glendevin Lounge. This is our beautiful afternoon tea lounge, which is also doubles as a residence lounge. So if you want to just come in and have some tea and relax and read a paper and look out over the grounds, then the Glendevin Lounge is the perfect spot. Restaurants, we have a number of different restaurants. In the bottom left, you will see the Burnham Brasserie. So this is our all-day dining brasserie style feel, informal, relaxed, but still very stylish. On the bottom right-hand side, you will see the Dormy Bar and Grill, which is our golfers clubhouse serving traditional fare, but we also have in there an amazing pizza oven and then big tandoor ovens as well. So there's always a sort of Indian influence down there. And then on the top right is the Strathearn, our beautiful fine dining restaurant. The Strathearn was the original restaurant from when the hotel opened in 1924. And you really feel like you're going back into the Great Gatsby days, the 1920s. It's so elegant and glamorous, and there's lots of flambe work and gueridon service at your table, and it's really a theatre for the senses. We also have Scotland's only 2 Michelin star restaurant, and this is Restaurant Andrew Fairley. And this is our beautiful restaurant in the hotel. And we would recommend booking in advance for Restaurant Andrew Fairley, as it is Scotland's only 2 Michelin star, using beautiful Scottish produce with classical French cooking techniques. 232 beautifully appointed bedrooms and suites at Gleneagles. And it should feel like you're home from home in your club when you're in Scotland. It's all about relaxed luxury when you come to the hotel. And what we would do is work with you to find out the best configuration of rooms for you and your guests. If you're coming as maybe a family, you might need different options, and each room is slightly different. So as much information as we can get from you, then we can allocate your room accordingly. And this is the Royal Lochnagar Suite. This is our beautiful royal suite, and this recently won in the Times the most romantic suite in the UK. And locally, there's so much to see and do in Scotland, all on our doorstep. Whiskey. The nearest distillery is 10 minutes away, so that's closer than the nearest church. So there really is lots and lots of options for experiencing different whiskies and the whole distillery experience. Lochs and glens, castles and palaces, they're all on our doorstep. And everything you see here is within easy reach of the hotel, whether it's the Highlands and then the top left, Stirling Castle, 20 minutes from the hotel, Doon Castle, 10 minutes from the hotel, and Doon Castle is where they filmed Outlander. And the historic city of Edinburgh is just 1 hour away. And we'll have some exciting news for you. Around this time next year, we are opening a hotel in Edinburgh. So you will soon have a hotel option in Edinburgh and in the countryside. And of course, you get your wonderful virtuoso amenities when you book through Louise of your upgrade, early check-in, late check-out, $100 food and beverage credit, and your very personal welcome. So thank you so much. And if there's anything we can do to help you when you're planning your trip to Scotland, we would be delighted to do so. Just feel free to reach out to Louise and she can point you in the right direction and put you in touch with me. Thank you.
So whether you're a solo or a group or a family, there is something for everybody. And especially if the person is a only one person is a golfer, there's entertainment for everybody else in the group who is not a golfer. So all is good. So it's very all around it, very well organized. There's zip lining and there's walk the dog. I really enjoyed that when you said when you're offering a dog to walk, because a lot of people love walking dogs and it's a good companion. So I thank you so much, Ashley, for everything, for pre-recording this with me on Monday. And if anybody else, if anybody needs help with organizing everything at GLENEAGLES, I will be happy to do that. And Ashley will be my right-hand person. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.